we're really happy to have Trigger back.
A four-legged friend, a four-legged friend, he'll never let you down.
Trigger meant a lot to Roy. The real Trigger.
The relationship between my father and the real Trigger was quite special. They were together for 33 years, and when Trigger passed away, so he wanted to have a special unit made up that looked like Trigger for the outside of the museum that he planned on having in Apple Valley. And so he had him made up at 2.5 times the size of the original Trigger.
He was first put up above the Roy Rogers Museum when it was in Apple Valley. And then in about 1967, they moved him to Victorville.
So when it came time for us to move Trigger again, once again, Dustin was there, we were working on, and Bob and a bunch of folks from Apple Valley.
And he made the trek out to Branson back in 2003 when that took place.
We would have loved to have had him here in Branson for 10 or 15 years, but we made 6 or 7 out of it. We were talking to Bob about it, Bob Tinsley. He said, Apple Valley needs to have Trigger back. You know, it's only right that Trigger go back to where he really came into the world as far as a fiberglass statue goes, and that's back to Apple Valley.
We created a fun little storyline about him, you know. He's a restless guy, you know, and he's wore himself down and eventually had to check in at the livery stable for a little refreshment. We put a fresh coat of paint on him and fixed his ears up where they got brushed on the overpasses, bringing him from Branson to here. And the most likely place for us to put him was Sunset Hills Chapel and Mortuary, which is where Roy and Dale are. And he watched over them for a while, and then he decided he needed to move around a little bit. Now he's jumped out of his corral and left the livery stable, and he's here at Spirit River Center.
She'll soon have your land and your pride and your gold.
If you are traveling along Highway 18 in Apple Valley, just turn north on Apple Valley Road. He'll be right there watching for you.
He'll never let you down. He's honest and faithful right up to the end. That wonderful 1, 2, 3, four-legged friend.